Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a build challenge where every room I get a random budget to furnish it. Probably seen this one a lot, but I want to give it a shot. It sounds really interesting, You could get 1,000 for your kitchen, but 50,000 for your bathroom. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. As always, I will have more build challenges I've done linked in the description below, and if you want to watch more of this, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss. And it also lets me know that people enjoy watching this, and I can keep making it for you. So yeah, if you enjoy, please fucking subscribe. And here is the completed house. I'm gonna give a little tour. I figured I'd put in some doors and windows just to have them down, because it'd be really sad if this house had none, because you never know what the budget's gonna be like. So figured I'd get the basics down, and if I have extra room in the budget, I can add extra or make them better. But this is what we have for now. The upper level, we have nice landing area, 2 bedrooms, and each bedroom has its own ensuite. And then on the lower level, we have a nice office here, basic door. If I can get more budget, I'll change it. If not, I won't. And then we have a bathroom right off of what will probably be like a kitchen or a dining room, because this is kitchen dining combo. Then over here we have a nice living area. Didn't add a fireplace because if I had room in the budget, I'll add one, but if not, I don't get one. I just made sure I had the doors and doorways so there was room there was a way into every room out of the stairs, because that's a necessity. So I made sure I had the basics, the needs in, and anything else that would be an addition, an extra, that will have to come from the randomly generated budget I get. I'm going to need to move a sim in so I can actually set a budget, but yeah. And I also used the evening light on this one because, I don't know, there's something about this evening light that's just really speaking to me. It looks really nice. Here is my placeholder sim, Valerie Holtzman. I have a video where I made her. It is the Creating a Marvel OC, so go check that video out if you want to learn more about her. But yeah, I'm just going to use her as my placeholder sim so I can set the budget. Right when you walk in the door, the first room we have is this entryway foyer, so I need to go ahead and get a budget for this. Here I have a random number generator. I made my minimum 1,000 and my max 30,000. I think that's going to give me a pretty good range, and like 1,000 I can do something with in every room and hopefully make them functional at the least, and then 30,000, that's difficult to work with. So let's see how much I get for my entryway. 6,000. Okay. You know what? I could probably use all that. That doesn't sound horrible to try to use, but yeah, that's a healthy, decent budget. 6,010. Let's go. Let's do this. Going and cheating my money. Oh wait, no. Let's get rid of this light first. Can't have that. And there. Now I have my budget set. First things first, I am gonna get a lighting fixture in here, and I want like a nice fancy one. I have no idea what the vibe of this house is going to be, so I'm just gonna go generic. Just gonna go very generic. And I'm gonna match all my wood tones to this stair wood because it's already down. Unless I go for a more expensive stair because I have the budget. Can't go wrong with these eco lifestyle floors, and the horse ranch stairs match it pretty well. And now I get to go ahead and pretty this all up. Okay, well, I decided to go moody, so I changed all of my doors and windows to black. I don't know, I felt this was calling to me. So it's what I'm doing. I do think it looks pretty cool, though. And it's much closer to my own aesthetic, so it's kind of easier for me to craft this, especially on a budget. Well, I've got a really good budget for this room. In fact, I'm probably going to change out the door to the office because I have such a good budget. And I might not be able to do that later. I really wanted fancy double doors for the office, and now I get my fancy double doors for the office. And now I have $5,500 to clutter this hallway. I think I can do it. I can probably do it. I'm gonna do it. I had to get really creative with this entryway. It's very hard to spend 6,000 in an entryway, believe it or not, especially one of this size. I had to start putting corbelers on the walls to frame them. More things about the archways. I had to switch out the archways and make them more fancy. Get a random vase in there. Put lots of wall lights up. Lots of wall art. Got like this plant there. A mirror. We have a rug and a floor decal. Well, that's also a rug, but I think it looks more like floor decal. Very fancy. Beautiful custom built-ins that just have so much clutter on them, plus a speaker. I mean, I really had to go to the nines. And then a wreath on the door, a plant covering our burglar alarm, and then I also, because I had to put this random thing in there too. Then because I had like 11 left, and these things cost 5 each, and I was like, you know what? Let's do some brick detailing on the wall. Honestly, I think that'd be like a kind of fun build to do, where you have an entire feature wall made up of these, so it's like the brick is coming through the plaster. I think that'd look really cool. It looks decent enough in here. Yeah, this is what I had to do to spend 6,000 in an entryway. I did it though, and I think it does look kind of nice. And I went with like a moody vibe, kind of old school. Lots of like little antiques maybe. I don't know. We'll see if I can continue this throughout. Honestly, every single room after this entryway might be a letdown because this entryway is just so dang fancy. I mean, I love it. It's cute. And we had one simoleon left over, but I'm not going to worry about that. I spent so long trying to make this happen, I can't. Next up is going to be the office. Hopefully, I don't have to worry about the budget being too high or too low. Hopefully, it's just right. Time to generate the budget for our office. Holy crap. I will give it a shot. Honestly, computers are expensive, so I might be able to do that. Maybe if I had like an instrument in there. Yeah, you know what? This could work. This could work. Especially if I do fancy built-ins. I have a vision and I think it's gonna work out fine. You know what? Never mind. I think we'll be fine with this. Okay, we need 13,128 simoleons. Yeah, let's get cracking. I'm obviously going to carry the flooring throughout, and then I don't know exactly what I'm going to do for the wallpaper yet, but I think I'll do something nice, you know. I'm definitely going to have to get curtains in here. I can make this work. For the office, I decided to continue this like feature wood wall along here, and then the rest of it I did like a simpler white paneling from the Book Nook kit just to get a bit more light and airy, because it's an office. You want it bright and airy. You want to be able to envision yourself working there. You don't want it to be too clustered or claustrophobic. Then these nice black curtains from City Living. I think it really just streamlines the look, keeps it clean. I like it. Oh, and now I need to find a new light, and then along this wall is going to be bookshelves, built-in bookshelves. It's gonna be really lovely. Over here is gonna be the desk right by the window. It's gonna be cute, and probably do like a little sitting area somewhere. Maybe I'll include instruments. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the budget does, how far I can stretch it. I like this light. It's simple. It looks like something you'd have in an office. It's not over the top. I absolutely cannot resist these bookshelves. They're just gorgeous. I mean, the ladder, it's a dream. This bookshelf is a dream. And gonna kind of travel in that like weird blue. It's not an exact match, but you know, it needs some color in here. And it matches some of the tones in the wood wall. So I think this is lovely. I love it. It's beautiful. It's cute. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the matching desk to those bookshelves. I also love this desk. It's so fun. And like all that storage, a dream. I love it. It's so cute. Probably gonna use the desk chair from that pack as well. I mean, because why not? Got everything else going. But this one I might do in a black, unless I use the Life and Death one. You know what? I got a big budget. I need to spend it. We're gonna go with that one. Or will I? You know what? No. This one looks so much more comfy. I have to. It's so much more comfy looking. Computers, we can really eat up a lot of our budget with this one. I'm gonna do this one because it looks more like a normal PC. This one looks weird to me. I don't know. I don't like using that one a whole lot. I like using this one more. Now I have an idea. I want to use the accent tables from this pack that the desk and bookshelves came from. Yes, this one here. I adore this. I adore it. Except I think I might do the gray because the gray does have that top that matches and it ties in like the gold accents I've been doing everywhere else. So this is going to be on either side. Yes, I like this. Yeah, I like that. Now I get to go in and clutter it up. Gonna get a rug, probably like a nice seating bench underneath the window, maybe another table. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I sized up the werewolves rug and it takes up the entire room. It's really moody. I don't know. I kind of love this look. Just like that blue stretching all the way across. I think it's kind of fun. I'm going with it. I like it. Okay, I absolutely love this old-timey desk lamp. I have to use it. It's so nice. It's just so, so nice. Like, look at that. I do kind of have one of those. I just haven't set it up on my desk because I need to try to find a light bulb that'll fit in it. But I love it. It's such a vibe. And it really goes with like that kind of moody antique that I went with the entryway for. So yeah, it works very nicely. I'm using the matching sofa from the Crystal Creations kit too. This whole office is just Crystal Creations and I love that. But I'm doing it in a brown because I think doing like the blue again would just be way too much. The brown I think is cozy and it matches up well enough. The quill from Life and Death. Oh, that's perfect. That is so, so perfect. Some more books in here. I want to go up there. I love that. That's adorable. Ooh, and this from Werewolves. Oh my god, yes. Just like the antique office vibe. I love it. I want to use this somewhere. Maybe I'll have to like get maybe like a little table or something, but I want to use that. I really do. And what I'm kind of thinking is what type of like antique office would it be if I didn't get like a bar cart in here? And Vintage Glamour has such a lovely bar cart. I love Vintage Glamour bar cart, especially in this like goldish bronze. It's lovely. It is so lovely. Use that over there as like a side table. Instead of having like liquor on it, have your nice like coffee and book. Oh, I love that. That is gorgeous. Probably should get some art up on the walls. To make it really fancy and put like all these diplomas up here. You know, this is the office of an official. Let's see if I can find even more diplomas to add to my diploma wall. Just really the most accomplished fucker lives here. Unfortunately, since I had to have a sim, I can't just access all of this like I would be if I was in like free build, so I have to use this long ass cheat, bb.ignore gameplay unlocks entitlement, so I can use these very fun framed ones that will really just add to this office vibe, make it look very official. So there we go. Yeah, there it is. So now I just have to clutter up these walls with all of my fancy little diplomas and such. I love this piece. I want it like right over here. Ooh, that takes up a whole big old chunk of my budget. I love that. Okay, with my little diploma and achievement wall, I am down to 26 simoleons. But that's not good enough yet. I need to get it way more down. Ooh, some of these. Where will it fit, though? I've kind of like used up all my wall space. What I could do is something similar I did to the entryway and try to have some exposed brick coming through. 'Cause the only wall that it would really make sense to do is this front one. I'm not sure how that would look. Yeah, no, that just does not work on the wood paneling. It really does not. Instead, I'm shoving a box on a shelf. Perfect. Oh, wait, no. Or I could put tissues in the office. Yeah. And then I have only one simoleon left, and I think that's close enough. There we go. Unless there's some, like, wall decals for one. There are, but I don't want to use any of them. So I think having one simoleon left is close enough to using my full budget. And now I have this very lovely office that just flows with the entryway. You know, I had big enough budget that this still makes sense, but I might not get as lucky with some of my other rooms. Next room I'm going to try and tackle is going to be the living room, family room, and if I have a big enough budget, I'm definitely going to do a fireplace. It would just be perfect with this house. This type of house, yes. Let's see what budget I generate. And oh, that hurts. That hurts. 1667. That hurts. Well, no choice. Goodbye, fireplace. Yeah, I definitely can't use anything except this. Construction quality concrete. I might be able to keep this, but if I do it in a black... I'm trying to work with what I have, and doing like a black slab concrete won't cost me anymore, but it still looks nice. And then maybe I could even flow that to the outside eventually. Yeah, I'm working with what I've got here. I don't want to spend more than $2 on like my wallpaper or paint. Luckily, a lot of them are like that $2 mark, which really is just perfect for me. Do like this nice accent wall across the back, and something simple on the rest, probably. Do this, and then I might have to change the swatch on here to do that deeper blue, and that matches better. Well, I need to make this work. I might not be able to afford curtains, so I'll ignore that for now and focus on getting my furniture in. Probably gonna have to like break into debug for this, so I have to input all those cheats. Love that. So much typing for me. bb.show hidden objects, bb.show live edit objects. There we go. And now I can go through the debug catalogs for what I need, hopefully. Yeah, because now I can get the fabricated outdoor benches, and I think that's going to help me in a major way. Yeah, I'm going to have to use these benches, because it's really the only option I have. This is the wall where you would have like your fireplace and TV, and I can't really do much. This is sad. Yeah, and then I can get like a matching chair. Oh, this is sad. There are cheaper chair options, but I like this because it matches. I can hopefully get a rug. Don't have much option except to use this like city living room one, just way sized up. No, it's not too bad. Maybe I can squeeze in a fireplace. Okay, the university one isn't horribly expensive, and it's kind of nice looking. Let's see what I can do for a TV. Hey, the vintage TV actually kind of goes with my vibe, so I'm not really too upset about using it. I just have to like control 9 my way up. And let's see if I size it up. Okay, I kind of like it sized up. Okay, you know, it's not horrible. I really don't love it, but it could be worse. Because of those savings there, I want to try to get a different light. Okay, so like none of the ones in my budget look amazing. The best one is this horse ranch. So that's what we're gonna go with in here. It's not ideal, but it adds a little something. See if I can get some cheap curtains too. These crouch into the fireplace too much for my liking. They clip so horribly there, I don't love it. Would have loved if this had like gold detailing. Would have made it look so much better. Well, nothing that can be done about it. Just have to go with it. Can I get a nice cheap coffee table? I don't even know if a coffee table would fit there. No, probably not. So don't have to do that, but maybe I could use the coffee table as a side table, because this one's kind of cute. If I can find a nice swatch I like. No, accent tables. I need a cheap accent table then. None of you are very cheap. Dang it. Coffee tables are cheaper. I do love the look of this, though. That's gorgeous. It's not gonna fit in here, unless I put it over here. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I want to use it. Yeah, the rest of the room is pretty damn empty now, but it's just so gorgeous I can't help myself. Ooh, and we can use a lot of these vases. It's giving me something to work with. Just gonna go through and see what I can decorate with. This is my living room. I managed to make it functional. Whether or not it works is up to you. I loved this. It cost so much money, but I loved it. I couldn't pass it up, and I still love it. And then I just got that random junk box from the Debug for City Living, just to take up space. All of this from Debug. That's from Debug, a death rug. I love the way death rugs look. I think they're so good for decoration because of their cage. It's beautiful. And then that's from Debug. Oh, and that window is going into the wall. Don't do that. And then because I had 2 simoleons left, I put a rock on either side of the door. From Debug, from Debug, from Debug. Put it all on the shelf so it filled up the space. All of this is from Debug. So I had stuff on the walls. You know, it's a functional, it doesn't look horrible. It kind of flows with the rest of the house. I would have loved to do more, but my budget was $1,600, right? Around there. So, not much I could do. I gave it my best shot. Next up is going to be the dining room, which is going to be this half of the room. So, please, 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 hopefully I get a good budget. Like, I cannot handle another $1,600 budget, please. I'm closing my eyes. Oh, $60.50. Okay. I can work with that. That's not horrible. That at least means I can carry my wood into here. Carrying my wood, I'm not quite sure how far I want this to go in here. Like, is that it for the dining room, or is that it for the dining room? I think that would be it for the dining room, then it's like half and half, perfectly even. And I wanted a really nice chandelier in here. Love the growing together one, so I'll put that in here. And then I need a table. I'm going to go with the Life and Death one, just to match that table I used out in the entry. That'll look very nice. I kind of love these chairs that are made, like, with the Grim dye, the fabricated chairs. It's kind of awesome. I don't think it matches anything I've been doing, but it's kind of awesome. I absolutely love using these horse ranch chairs. They're lovely. I'll use those at the heads of the table. Look at that. It's so nice. And then it does kind of match with, like, those studs to this one from Life and Death, which will match the table. Very nice. It is a bit, like, just full-on black, but I'll work some color into the walls, hopefully. Might just carry this into here. And then it needs something to kind of block that off. So this is the solution I came up with. It's a little out there, but it's what I have. I don't love it, but I think it works well enough for what I need to accomplish. I'm gonna need to brighten this area up with my rug. It is so dark and dim. The beautiful paranormal rug works as always. Perfect. And now I get to clutter. And here I have my fancy dining room. I love using these base game pictures with the house building on it. I think it's so lovely to use in houses because you can be like, yeah, this is the house. This is pictures of the building process. I think that's really cute. Love my little lamp. And then some orchids on the table. Some jungle adventure stuff just to show we're a fancy house. And it kind of matches up with what's in the center here in the entryway. One little thing I like to do sometimes is put some like shelving along like a sill in a window so you have extra storage and like you can use the window a little bit more than just putting curtains on it. So I put a lot of little clutter that I felt matched up with the house plants. I think it looks cute. And now I get to see what my budget's going to be for the kitchen. I hope it's something good. Because the kitchen, that's like the heart of the home. You can't have a lousy budget on a kitchen. Like, kitchens in the real world can cost like $40,000. So, please. Ooh, I can work with that, I think. Okay, let's get to building. I think I'm going to do tile instead of carrying the hardwood throughout, especially since we have this harsh divide right here. I don't think we can afford marble, so I don't think I'm going to go that fancy, unless I have money left over at the end. Or I carry the black throughout with these. I think that'll work. Definitely need some nice tile walls. Yeah, that does not match up very well. I'd have to do like full wall tile to make that make sense. No, I'll go with the herringbone growing together wallpaper or tile and see how this turns out. I'll probably have to change the flooring eventually, but I want to get my cabinets down and my appliances because those are going to cost me money. Look, I never do like wood grain cabinets, so I'm going to be different and I'm going to do it. Especially with like the black marble, it matches the table in here really well. Yeah, I think this could work. Okay, yeah, this is probably going to be kind of my layout. Sink, stove, and then I'm thinking fridge there, island, trash can. I love using this one, nice, simple, always gets the job done. Kind of love that sink, it matches like that goldish brass really well, especially with a hint of that in the grout. Life and Death stove. And let's just match it with the Life and Death fridge. Ooh, I don't know about that placement actually. Only other option would be to do it over here. Yeah, I can make that work. Then we'll have the trash can over here. Okay, that's nice. And the rest of the money, I don't know, should I do upper cabinets? Ooh, they're expensive. But it could be nice. I'm just gonna do it. And I want a range hood. I'll go a little bit cheaper on this though. And now I can spend the rest of my money on clutter. And here's the kitchen. I couldn't do a whole lot with my clutter. Got an alarm, stuff you'd use for cooking a plant, fruit, paper towels, some of these things. Then a nice aprons up on the wall. So it's a decent kitchen. Flows well. Didn't have any extra money for the marble flooring, unfortunately. But now I can head into the bathroom. This one I can probably get by with a bit of a smaller budget, but I'd still like a decent one. But like too much, I wouldn't be able to furnish this thing with a huge budget, so let's see what happens. Come on, don't be too high. Okay, $37.70. I think that's a very reasonable budget for a bathroom. Very, very reasonable. I can definitely use that pretty easily, I think. Money $37.70. There we go. Honestly, I might just carry this herringbone tile from the kitchen into here because I think it looks nice. Yeah, that's beautiful. Flooring, I might do the marble in here instead. Yeah, that looks nice. Maybe I'll do a small light fixture that's better than this one. Yeah, I think that one looks pretty nice. Call me weird, but I kind of like using the toilet that has like that wood toilet seat on it, only because in my house when I was growing up, we used to have a toilet that had like a wood toilet seat, and then there was like a custom like built thing that we'd put on top of the toilet to hold like toilet paper and stuff that was also wood, and it matched really well. So this just reminds me of my childhood. It's very nostalgic for me, so I like using that. I think this high school year sink is nice in here. Get a mirror up. I really like the Dream Home Decorator one because it kind of gives the illusion, kind of looks like one that you would like open up and have more storage inside. So that's what I'm going to use. I love using just like on the wall towels. So nice. So like that's your little hand towel for when you finish wiping your hands. Love it. Let's get some toilet paper on this wall here. Soap on the sink. Very nice. And then I guess I'm gonna use like a bathtub down here even. This one can be really hard to use because it has some of like these random ones that have weird swatches. So this is just hard to use. Maybe just like normal life and death shower. Yeah, that's nice. And then I can put maybe one of these cabinets. Yeah, that could be nice. I'm gonna put some candles up top there. Really just gotta add in some more clutter because I still have a good amount of money left. You know, let's hang a robe up on the wall. I mean, go all in, maybe. Now that is very fancy. Maybe I'll be even fancier and grab some of these and put that in here. That could be nice. And then I guess maybe I'll just get some plants. I like that. Yeah, it's very nice. Now I have 12 simoleons to go and I don't know how to spend it. Ooh, these little neon lights with like the stars. I've done that before and I thought it looked really cute. There we go. And I think that is close enough to spending the whole budget. I'll call it done. Very nice. And now we finally get to transition to the upstairs. So the first budget I will be rolling for is going to be for this little hallway here. I really hope it's a small budget because I physically am unable to spend a lot of money in this because it is tiny. Please, 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 I'm closing my eyes. Oh, damn it. Fuck. 7401? How the hell am I supposed to do that? How the hell am I supposed to do that? You know what? I'll figure it out. I have to. I just have to figure it out. Money 7401. Okay. Okay, I need to use the Get Famous marble tile. I have to. I don't know if that's... We've been going with like a blue vibe, but like that's not very moody. I don't know. Maybe the wallpaper will make it better. Then I also have to use the Get Famous Veins of Gold marble wallpaper because only way I'm going to be able to complete this. Oh my god, that is so gaudy and I hate it. That's a bit of a better gold. It doesn't make it better though. I really don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Okay, we'll do the black and I really don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Like that just doesn't look good. White marble on the floor, I guess. I don't know. And what else can I do? I can definitely afford a really nice light fixture, so. Oh my god, this is way too big. Okay, I can probably make this like cats and dogs one work. That looks like it's a decent height. It's hard to tell sometimes, but yeah, we'll go with it. It's the most expensive one. Really expensive drapes? Oh my god, no. Oh my god. I am in misery. Maybe? I'm in misery. It's the best I can do. Oh my god. Really expensive love seat. No, I can't do that. I can't. It physically pains me. This pains me slightly less. I need a rug in here to break up all this marble. Okay, I need a really expensive rug, and this is too big, but I'm sizing it down. I don't care. My rules. Oh my god, that blue on there is hideous with every other color I have going on. That, I can make that work. Really expensive bookshelf on here to cover up the marble. Okay, maybe I just do like 3 of these. A nice dark color. Okay. Really expensive end table. I just need really expensive stuff. It's the only way I can do this. That's gorgeous. Okay, it's not the most expensive, but come on, that's gorgeous. That blue one would have gone so well with everything else I'm doing. Black, I guess. Maybe I put a sculpture on it. Expensive sculpture. This is paint. This pains me so hard. You know what? I've done pretty good on the budget. If I use more expensive like thingies, I think I can do something else for the wallpaper. I'm sorry, I just can't do this wallpaper. It hurts. Physically hurts. I really want to carry that from downstairs. Oh, my eyes are soothed. MVP trophy. Boom. Just used 2,000 of my budget. Oh, that's awesome. I feel better now. Feel better now that I've gotten a big chunk of it out the way. You know, let's just put a few more trophies up here. Use up the budget. Maybe I can get, like, some nice art maybe on here. And I can definitely go ahead and bring that up. So if I do that, I think that matches, like, kind of, yeah, that kind of matches what I've been doing. Like, I could finally put in like that missing one. There it goes. That's nice. Honestly, do the peacock up here because we've just been flamboyant as hell in this hallway. Maybe I can use the rest of the budget on plants. Make it look a little bit more homey in here. Beautiful hanging plant in the corner with the gold vibes. The rest of our gold fixtures. That plant right in the center of the other two. There. That kind of works. Still got a little bit more I need to spend though. Got a lump of coal hidden back there. There. And I've used my budget. Okay. That was a little bit better than I anticipated. I was really scared what I might have to do, but this worked. And I think I'm gonna do this smaller bedroom first. This is probably like a guest suite or a children's room. I don't know, this house does not scream children, so I'm gonna go with it's a guest suite. Though that might change depending on what my budget is. And, oh my god, yeah, it's a guest suite. 13,625. Whew. I am not delighted. I want to carry up in my floor. Nope, not that piece. I meant the floor panels. Not that. Okay. I can afford another nice light fixture, at least. That's nice. Is that too gaudy? Maybe. That might be too much. These, though, I think I can make these work. Some nice paneling, maybe? It's all I can do. I need to spend money. Definitely need a little bit more expensive curtains. I don't think I need to do out of this world expensive, but definitely needs to be worth something. Do the same city living ones that I did in the office downstairs, except it's going to be a little weird there because it's not a double window and there's no single one of these, I don't think. At least not that I've seen, unfortunately. And that just doesn't work. That's how it's going to have to be. At least I can afford a really nice bed, though. Not that, but I didn't want to use that anyway. It's too much. Ooh, this room is a very weird size, so I can't center this under a window. That makes me sad. I can do that. It's probably the next best thing. Nice gold table. I love paranormal stuff. It's got such great items. Clocks. Definitely put an alarm clock on there. And I'm thinking I'm gonna do some custom closets over here just to spend the money. And it's gonna be full ceiling height in here. There we go. Using up the money. And all these are 100. So I'll just use whichever ones I like. And then to show off that this is a guest suite, I think I'll put a suitcase in here. Now, a lot of the rest of this is just going to be me adding clutter. $6,000 worth of clutter. And here's the guest suite. Put a mirror over here, a big jukebox, this very fancy lamp, painting above the bed, this rug that I didn't get to use in the hallway, bookcase with lots of very expensive, like, I'm going to call them antiques, but like decorations, box under there, completely filled up this closet. And then, because I had a little bit left over, I put a decal on the door. It looks kind of cute. It's all I could do. All I could think of to do. So yeah, guest suite. I managed it. A $13,000 guest suite. It's not my vision, but it works. And now I get to do the guest bath. I really, really hope that the budget isn't as high on this. Because, this is very small. And I already am straining myself with these big budgets I'm getting upstairs. And $6,280. You know what? That's probably somewhat reasonable. I can make it work. I can definitely make that work. Money, $6,280. And there we go. There's our budget. Though I think I will bring in the marble flooring that's in here. If I can even get around to it. No, I can't. So I'll go downstairs. Just do that. Simple. Okay, and can I afford the tub I like now? I can afford the tub I like this time. So yeah, I'm gonna use this one. Look at that. So pretty. I love it. Thanks. Do the life and death one. I really like that. Toilet. Again, there's just something nostalgic about this toilet, and it costs a lot, so 2 birds, 1 stone. Same mirror as downstairs. Probably gonna do a lot of the same, like, accent features. Oh, the unfortunate thing about this sink is that things don't snap to it up here. Oh, did not know it snapped up top there. Interesting. Gotta raise it, Control 9. That's too high. Gonna put some toothbrushes up top too. I can fit a robe up on the door. Toilet paper. I think I need to use this floor towel rack again. And I'm gonna cut it off halfway in the wall as long as it doesn't clip to the. It does clip to the other side. Dang it. Well, that'll work. Then I'm gonna see if I can get some type of candle up top on top of the toilet. Now that I know that this one is compatible with placing stuff on top of it. Okay, so this weird item from Growing Together is gonna go into the bathroom as a light on top of the toilet. It looks a little ridiculous, but I need to spend the money. See if there's any expensive paintings I'm fine with putting up in the bathroom. Ooh, that's pretty. You know what? I'll go with that. That's nice. I still have 400 simoleons to spend though. Put a rug down in front of the tub probably. It's gonna be the very expensive vintage glamour faux fur rug. I still need to spend more. Maybe some plants. For this wall plant, put that right there, in front of the window slightly. 9 simoleons. I'm almost there. Sunblock for 8 simoleons. That's going to be the final piece de resistance. One simoleon left. I'm not worried about it. That's close enough to the budget that I'm going to consider it completed and done. And now I get to do the master bedroom. I really hope that the budget in here isn't disastrously small, or else it's not going to look like a master compared to this. And we're going to be working with 15,666, the devil's number. Hopefully that doesn't indicate what I'm about to go through. We'll see. All jokes aside, that is a pretty healthy budget for a master bedroom. Money, 15,666. That is a very healthy budget. I can work some miracles with that. Definitely carrying in the flooring throughout. I love this flooring. It's very nice. I mean, I already used this one in here. I don't know if it would be weird to carry it in. I don't know. Maybe I do even more dramatic paneling like that. Okay, a little bit lighter. Window coverings now. I might try and see if I can do something a little bit more expensive than I did in the other. Not sure if that's possible, because these are decently expensive curtains. God, no. I mean, I can try. Okay, I don't hate it. Definitely need a beautiful bed in here. That's lovely. I can just find it in a beautiful swatch I like. Maybe. Or that to go with the blues. We've kind of been using it throughout the rest of the house. I never noticed how pretty this green one was, though. Nope, that's not the theme. We're not doing green again. I've done too many greenhouses. Yeah, I'll go with that one. I'll just find a way to make it work. Oh my god, that's all the budget. Maybe not. Maybe I do this instead. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. I know I've used this bed recently, but I like it. Ooh. Life and death side tables. I love those. So cute. And I really want to use this somewhere, and where else but the master bedroom. I love it. So pretty. Let's get a dresser in here before I splurge and spend all the money on something else. Oh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's fun. Wonder if this one has a similar swatch to it. No, not quite, but I love that flower detailing at the bottom. I've got to use it. I have to. Just gonna use multiple of these on the one wall, and that'll be the clothing storage for the master. I love how I said clothing storage instead of closet because I couldn't think of the word. But yeah, that'll work. I think I'll do a plant on one side and maybe a lamp on the other. I'm going to do that. I don't know. That one's also very pretty. No, I like that. And I think I want a chair right here. Ooh, and this can match what I did downstairs on that one. Just tie it together. Yeah, that's cute. We're a little all over the place. We're a little eclectic. Let's get a nice rug in here. There, that's nice, and it covers the whole area that would be your sitting and lounging area. I like it. And now I can add a little bit of clutter in here. Not a whole lot, though. I don't have that huge a budget left. I did try to use these downstairs. It didn't quite work, so I can use them in here in the master bedroom. Okay, I might have gone a little wild with the plants here. They were really expensive, but I thought they kind of looked nice and they kind of work. Higher in this end to block that corner, but lower over here so you still have a sight line of the bedroom when you walk in. I thought it worked well. And then little one over here. That's it. Just a few plants. And I used the entirety of the budget. And now the last room, the master bath. Oh, I didn't use a fancy light fixture in here. Oh well, too late. But yeah, time to generate a budget for the master bath. And holy crap. Holy crap. 21,128. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Wish me luck. 21,128. Here we go. Oh my god. I definitely need the marble. Not just that marble though, no. I can't use that marble. That's the cheap marble. I need the expensive marble. I need this marble. Yay, already 120 gone. Out of 21,000. Yay. Okay, I definitely need a better light fixture. Can't hang too low because it's a bathroom though. Okay. Gonna have to use those. They're very bulky and take up so much space, but it's gonna have to be done. I mean, this would certainly take up some budget, but I don't know if I can bring myself to do it. I already passed on it once. I mean, maybe that. That's not too offensive. It's still offensive, but another thing I might have to do is shove some columns in the corners. I'm just shoving columns in corners now for extra detailing. It's all I can think of to do. Oh god. What's the most expensive toilet I can get? The Swan Throne. I have to do it. I have no other choice. This is also going to be a bit of an awkward bathroom layout. I'm also going to have to use the matching sink. It doesn't fit in here very well, but I have to do it. Shower. The swan shower, too. It's the only way. This bathroom layout is so hideous. Yeah, I can do that. This bathroom layout is still hideous. Okay, that's a bit better. Mirror, what's the most expensive mirror I can get in here? I'm gonna have to do like a weird custom mirror where I like scoop that. That looks horrible. Maybe the Realm of Magic one. Yeah. I'm doing what I've gotta do, man. Or that instead? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I need to do this most expensive hand towel. Definitely need to have this in here. I can fit it, which I can't. Dang it. I don't know how else to do this. Thank God. Get these in here. Robe on the door. You know what? I'm gonna try my best. And I'll show you what I come up with if I manage this. Oh God. I did it. I'm finally out of my misery. I did it. Oh my God. I had to add like corbels up here. More. I had to like size down one of the more expensive rugs and put it in there, so I had to like size that down a lot. I had to put silver up on the toilet. I had to size down this really ugly curtain from the luxury party. I had to put up these really expensive base game paintings sized down. And then I even had to add marble to the ceiling. Yeah, the ceiling has marble too. And then also, to spend those last 3 simoleons I had, put a rock feature behind the toilet. What a bathroom. I hate it. I hate this bathroom. I hate it. I am ready for this house to be over. I can't look at this anymore. It's gonna kill me. Okay. Now I get to roll for a budget for the exterior. I'm hoping it's kind of small because I am so ready to be done. I want to be done. This has been hell. And $15.95. I hardly have to do anything. I like the sound of that. Oh, $15.95. That is so little. It honestly makes me happy. So that means I don't have to do much. Ooh. Just add my flooring. Get some exterior paint on here, or probably like a siding. There we go. I used a nice horse ranch wallpaper because it was pretty cheap, and then I accented it with a little bit of stone, just to keep it a little bit different. Just gonna do some horse ranch posts to match up with the siding, and to break up where the stone meets the side of the building, and just on the outer corners. Businesses and Hobbies black roof trim, with a little bit of that brown to kind of bring out those tones in the brown and the wooden stairs. Yeah, looks very nice. Black Life and Death roof pattern. Beautiful. Life and Death stone foundation in black. Beautiful. Then I need to get the stairs into the back patio as well. I'm gonna go with a cheap horse ranch fence around the porches. Very nice. Gets the job done. Then just make sure my columns match. And here is the exterior of my home. I did like the very simple island living shrubbery because it was decent looking. And then lots of those $1 rocks. This weird sign from City Living that was $15 because I had 16 left. So I'm always going to have that one simoleon, but it's not a big deal. Some more island living bushes. I think they look really nice. Then the terrain paint patio. More bushes. I think these two at the edges here are from Outdoor Retreat. And yeah, it's a nice simple outdoor area. It's not too busy. I like it. Honestly, this is one of the cuter landscaping I've done, shockingly. And I did it for like $1,500. It's nice. So this is the build. It'll be up on my gallery if you want to check it out. I don't know if you will, though. It's a little bit of a mess, but there are some areas I quite like. Like the entryway, I'm kind of proud of that. You know, there's some good areas in this house. So if you want it, up on the gallery, shadow side over there, just like on YouTube. And remember, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. It gives me so much motivation. Plus, I want some more ideas for challenges you want to see me do. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.